Hey everyone, Yasas, que kalos irtate to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today, I have a delicious meal for you that's perfect for making on a busy weeknight. We're making Kritharaki me Kima, which is orzo that's going to be baked in a rich and delicious meat sauce, and it's a ground beef sauce actually. You can use ground chicken if you want. And it's very similar. It's like a combination of makaronia me Kima, which is a Greek classic comfort food, which is basically spaghetti that's topped with a delicious rich meat sauce, the same one that we're making today. Or it's also similar to the orzo and meat that we make in the oven. Usually it's known as uvetsi, and that's also so comforting and delicious. We're just combining the two today, and we're making Kritharaki me Kima, orzo in a meat sauce. Let me show you how I make it. Okay, we're gonna begin by making the meat sauce. So I'm gonna finely chop an onion and add it to my pot with some olive oil. This is gonna cook over medium heat for about 8 minutes or so until the onion is nice and soft and golden. And then I'm gonna go in and add 4 garlic cloves that are grated. Just warm them through until you can smell them and everything is nice and fragrant. And then go in and add the beef. So you're gonna need 2 pounds of ground beef for this. This might be a little bit over 2 pounds, but this is what I had. So it's all going in. Break it up really well with your spatula, and then season it with salt and freshly cracked black pepper, a little pinch of cinnamon. Cinnamon is really good in this. If you love the flavor, you can add a cinnamon stick to this. My kids just like it in the background, so I'm adding 1/4 teaspoon. You can go a little bit heavier with it. It leaves such a great flavor. So we're just gonna cook the meat for a few minutes until it's no longer pink. And then I'll go in with 1 or 2 bay leaves, add them in. You can add some crushed red pepper flakes for this, and I always do for a little kick of heat. A 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, or you can use tomato sauce. If you're using tomato sauce, it already has a little bit of sugar in it, so you can skip the sugar step, and this is tomato sauce, so I won't be adding the sugar. But if you're using crushed canned tomatoes, they tend to be acidic, and it will need either a little bit of honey, like a teaspoon of it, or a little bit of sugar, just to offset that. It will not make the meat sauce sweet, but you can really use it, and it'll be really good. It'll go a long way. We're making a big pot, so you won't even know it's there. I like to rinse out the can with a little bit of water, just so that way I get all of that tomato in there. Mix everything all together and bring the mixture to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, reduce the heat to medium low, and put the lid on, and you can cook this for about 15 minutes until the meat sauce is nice and thick and the ground beef is fully cooked. At this point, I'll go in and add 1 pound of uncooked orzo pasta, also known as Kritharaki in Greek, and then 6 cups of water, or you can use chicken broth or beef broth, whatever you love or whatever you have on hand. Of course, you're gonna have to season this, about 1.5 teaspoons of salt for that whole pound of pasta, or if you like it a little bit saltier, more salt, less salty, less salt. It's your kitchen, your rules. We're gonna bring this up to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, you wanna make sure you continue cooking this, because the pasta really likes to settle down in the bottom of the pot and stick, and once it sticks, it can burn. So go in every few minutes and mix it. You can lightly cover the pot, not all the way, but the orzo is going to need about 18 minutes or so to get fully cooked, or al dente is what we're looking for. We don't want this to get mushy at all. After about 18 minutes, you'll see that there's still a lot of liquid in the pot, but if you've made pasta before, you know that it really absorbs the sauce as it sits. So after a few minutes, you'll see that it'll dry up significantly. And if you're going to be serving this after about an hour or two, then we're going to have to thin this out a little bit with some more broth or water, because the pasta will literally absorb every single ounce of liquid that's in here. But you can give the meal a taste at this point to see if it needs any more seasoning. It tastes perfect to me. The only thing that I'm going to go in with is some finely chopped parsley for freshness, and it's ready to serve. So if you love Greek comfort food, or any comfort food, especially if it's already in one pot and so easy to make, you're gonna end up making this one over and over again for your family. It's so good, so cozy and delicious, perfect for any busy weeknight, because as you see, it's just ready in under an hour. You can switch up the ground beef, like I said in the beginning, and use ground chicken or ground turkey, and your family is guaranteed to love this one. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. You can head on over to the website, dimitrasdishes.com, to print this out and make it. If you want to learn how to make a traditional uvetsi, click over here, and I'll see you right over there. Yes, us.